Here's a question we get all the time. How long does a handwriting analysis take? And by handwriting analysis, I'm talking about forensic document examining. How long does a case take from the time you pay money and say, hey, I want you to analyze this case and determine if a forgery happened or not, versus when you get the report back? Well, the answer is it depends on you. If you get us all the evidence we need in high quality, high quantity on day one, we could turn that case around in a week, maybe a week and a half, right? We could turn it around tomorrow if that's all I did, if I didn't sleep. But generally, the actual work has to do with labeling, organizing, scanning, and then if you want a fancy report, you've got to make pictures, right? You got to make pictures, you got to create exhibits, you got to label it. So we have a staff that helps with all that labor. So we can spend 18 hours of man hours just organizing and labeling, and then my time is limited to, let's say, 4 hours of doing the lab work, writing the report, and, polishing up the exhibit. So it doesn't all have to be billed to the maximum. Most experts charge between $300 and $900 an hour. So you don't have to pay $900 times 80 hours. Some of that burden could be from the staff, and let them do it that way so that you can basically focus on the time. Now, if you're buying by time, then it really does matter how many documents you have and how much quantity, because you're getting billed by time. And a lot of attorneys do retainers, minus say $800 an hour, right? I spent $850 an hour for a lawyer before. So you should ask, do they have a flat rate option or do they have a time-based option? Now, I'm super efficient because we've got offices all over the country, so we have a big staff. So we have a lot of people doing a lot of the pieces, and they don't charge, $8.50 an hour, obviously. But if you are not working with our office, ask if they have a flat rate or a retainer and figure out which one's least expensive for you in the long run. The bottom line is you do want to hire the best and most qualified expert you can afford for your case. And you also want to make sure they're court qualified, but you also want to get that evidence in their hand as fast as possible, because the faster we have everything organized, the faster we can turn it around. We tell most of our clients, look, if you don't have court this week, give us 3 weeks. We'll have that thing turned around in 2 to 3 weeks. If you've got court next week, you're already running behind the 8 ball, and you better call somebody quick, because we rarely take cases that we have to be in court in 2 days. And the reason is simple. We don't even know if we can help you. Like, we're not going to take your money and guarantee an outcome before we look at the case. We're independent expert witnesses. We are witnesses that want to articulate the truth. If that truth helps you, great, we'll go to court. If that truth doesn't help you and helps your opponent, the person suing you, well, guess what? They'll never know we were hired. We won't go to court against you. That's not the way we do business. But we sure can't go for you and support you if the case and the data is not authentic and not in your hands.